you can very much look at the Marian soccer season as a 4-act play. This is the start of act number 2. After 9 non-conference games, it sees Marian at number 15 in the country. They open the second act. That is the 9-game gauntlet. It is Crossroads League Soccer against the Huntington University Foresters. And while Huntington is 2-3-3 this year, they were the regular season champions a season ago. Alongside Brant McCoskey, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us for Crossroads League Soccer here on the ISC Sports Network. And James Jenkins led this program to the national tournament a season ago. Frankly, there are high expectations yet again, and it really kind of starts tonight, kicking off Crossroads League play.
Yeah, well, Rick, first of all, it's great to be back in the booth with you, my friend. And like you said, Coach Jenkins, he knows and his team knows exactly how hard it is to get back to that point where they were last year. And it all starts here tonight against this Huntington squad. Always a great rivalry when these two get together, so it's going to be fun.
I know there was a stat that you were transfixed by before the broadcast, and it is shots on target compared to number of shots by Marian. They have been efficient and proficient through 9 matches so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's a crazy stat. 85 shots on target out of 159 total shots on goal, really, which is fascinating. They're outscoring their opponents 23-11. The Foresters' defensive line is going to have they're going to have their hands full tonight with this Marian attack.
And frankly, the offense has been kicking at full cylinder for Marian again. 2 draws, 2 losses, and their last 2 times out, they have not gotten the W. They played Shawnee State to a 1-1 draw 7 days ago. One of their 2 non-conference losses was the match before that. But they have put up 23 goals as a team.
Yes.
Finding the back of the net has been kind of an issue for Huntington so far. Just 8 goals on the season.
Yeah, 8 goals on the season. Really, for this Huntington squad, it's going to be, hey, let's put some attack together. Let's push the pace. Let's push the ball forward. But defensively, limit the mistakes at the back and really keep a focus on not giving the ball away in tough spots because this Marian attack will make you pay for it.
You had a chance to see Marian about 2.5 weeks
Yes.
ago when they won in non-conference action back September the 6th. What impressed you that day about Jenks' squad?
Really how they utilize the flanks. They will push the flanks all game long to create opportunities in the middle, and if the middle's not there, they'll push it back out to the flanks and start over again. Really, it's the speed in which this team has once they have the ball, once they have the possession. With the ball at their feet, this team is lethal.
Again, Marian and Huntington, one of 5 matchups in league play tonight. Everything else in terms of the league just getting underway right about now. Bethel and Taylor. Goshen at Mount Vernon, Nazarene. Indiana Wesleyan at Spring Arbor. There is a later start for St. Francis at Grace. And again, in terms of kind of the women's side of the ledger, you kind of know who the favorites are. It's Marian, it's Spring Arbor, it's Indiana Wesleyan. On the men's side, this is seemingly kind of more of an even race, and frankly, Marian wasn't a part of it for many years.
Right.
They are now, but I think we'll learn a lot more about the Crossroads League after tonight's slate of games.
Yeah, and really, it's, you know, Governor State made a great run last year. They made a great run last year in the national tournament, but then, you know, you look at this conference specifically, Marian, definitely a favorite. Spring Arbor, a favorite. We saw those two play together in the conference tournament championship game last year with Spring Arbor coming out on top.
Sam Behouse is the leading scorer for Marian, 8 goals on the season. Gustavo Nunez, 6 goals and 4 assists on the campaign as well. One thing you're seeing different tonight is that Marian's going to go with the guy that has been their backup netminder. Mateo Garcia Galan has been the starter in the previous 9 games. Ricardo Marquez has played all of 70 minutes. Not allowed a goal, has had 3 saves, but he gets the nod this evening.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see him go tonight because limited playing time with Galan in goal. Galan has done a phenomenal job this season for the Marian Knights. It's going to be interesting with a different goalkeeper back there for Marian, but they're going to be in great hands.
One thing you'll also notice about tonight's game, and this is the case for every Marian game, but Huntington joins them as well. Mm-hmm. Our local team, the Indy 11, their tagline is the world's game, Indiana's team. This is certainly the world's game that is on display tonight. I ran out of fingers and toes to count the different nationalities that are represented on both rosters this evening.
Well, and so many people that I've spoken to, right, it's the international flavor of college soccer in the United States is so incredible. The world's game has come to not only Indiana but the United States as well, and we love to see it here locally.
And for Marian, again, a lot of these young men are guys that are from another country, but are guys that have played junior college, community college soccer here in the States. That seemingly has become kind of the recruiting sweet spot for James Jenkins, who finished his college career here at Marian and then quickly turned around to become the head coach at Marian University, now in his third season in charge of the MU Knights program. We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, opening kickoff as we open the season in Crossroads League play. It is Marian and Huntington. It is yours next on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, grab me one too.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Merchants Bank is a unique bank. As rates move up and down, our rates are always at the top.
Great, great. Let's go.
Our team has a proven track record as one of the nation's top performing banks.
Now, that's a top performer.
What you see is what you get. A 4.00 APY money market without gimmicks or hidden fees.
Let's leapfrog him. Hop to it. Merchants Bank, where your money is safe, secure, and earning more. Hop on over.
A look to the northern entrance, the main gate here at Ascension St. Vincent Field. Obviously, this field is used for football, for men's soccer, for women's soccer, for track and field, for lacrosse on the women's side in the spring. This facility, which opened in 2009, Marian has, well, gotten their money's worth out of this stadium over the course of the last 16 years. Brant, final thoughts where this one goes live?
Really, it's going to be the attack for Marian. That's going to be my watching point tonight. And really what that defensive line from Huntington can do to stop this team. Can Huntington put together a plan for this Marian attack, build from the back, and get some opportunities in front of the net?
So Marian, the home white kits. Huntington Foresters in the predominantly black kits with a touch of green. And for Marian, after this one, they are on the road for the next three. They go to Goshen, to Mount Vernon Nazarene, and to number 22 Grayson. As is seemingly the norm in this league, half of the teams in the league are ranked in the top 25. Bethel number 7, Indiana Wesleyan number 11, Marian number 15, Grace number 22, and Spring Arbor checks in at number 24. Wherever in the world, literally, you might be watching this one. Thanks for spending your Wednesday evening, maybe for some of you Thursday morning at this point. Thanks for being with us on the ISC Sports Network. Rain, which we have needed around these parts for a while. Last night, really more overnight than anything else. Gray skies. It'll be dark by the time we get to half number 2. Lights are already on, and there is barely a breath of wind. In other words, nearly pristine conditions for these two teams to get together this evening. Colton Foster stands over this one for Huntington. The local product from Huntington, Indiana, knocks it back to a teammate, and we are underway. These two teams over the last 20 years, Huntington has won 13 of 22 contests. Marian beat Huntington last year 2-0 in their final get-together after they played to a 2-2 draw just a few days earlier in their regular season matchup. Marian pick up the high press already. Good job by Landon Moreland. Transfer from the Division III level and Trine University to find some space, but Marian quickly gets takeaway on the far side. Able to get past a tackle. Finds a teammate eventually. The leave just a bit too out far in front of the Marian player. But already we're seeing good aggression from both sides in the opening 60 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been back and forth already. Teams really feeling each other out, but that big body you see up top there for the Marian Knights, Sam Viehaus, leading scorer of the team right now with 8 goals on the year. He is going to be a power for this Marian team tonight.
A little space in the back top right here for Huntington. O'Neal David marshaling things in the midfield. Native of Germany. Played at West Alabama at the Division II level. Good turn here. Center back had to hustle and did not have the luxury of trying to latch on a teammate. That was just simply play it sideways and play it to safety.
Yeah, play it safe. Yeah, play it safe. Get it out of bounds. Let his teammates recover. Get back. Set up again.
So now, well, we might not have the fancy graphic of Brandon a shirt and tie. Do we have Mr. McCoskey's 3 keys to the match this evening?
Yeah, absolutely. For Marian, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Jenkins before the match, and he said we have to score the first goal. Whenever we score the first goal, we tend to relax and not panic on the ball. They're comfortable. They play at their pace. They can play it the way they want to play it. The second one was pass the ball like we know we can, create opportunities with our feet, and then secondly, have a solid defensive performance. We have no doubt that our attack can score goals, but we have to keep a clean sheet, limit our mistakes at the back. Then I have 3 for Huntington as well, Mr. Rakestraw. For Huntington, it stopped the counterattack from Marian. This Marian team has a lot of speed through the midfield and into the attack, limit set pieces, corners, free kicks, and then stay disciplined defensively. This Marian attack has been able to pick defenses apart this season using the flanks, creating opportunities in the middle.
Ricardo Marquez has the ball at his feet. Ricardo from Venezuela, redshirt freshman. Originally made his way to William Carey University in Mississippi. He's been a frequent opponent of the women's team in terms of the national round of the NAI tournament over the years. So 3 minutes in. Nothing really inside of the 18 in either direction just yet. Very much the feeling out process taking place as we speak. And all the way to the back for the Knights. Marian keeping it low on the ground. And frankly, weather conditions tonight, you don't have to.
Right.
Throw in coming here for Huntington. Eventually deferred back to Kovan Drenth, who was a junior from Goshen. You see a bit more in-state talent on this Huntington team. But again, more international than domestic in terms of in total for both of these teams tonight. And that will be a foul. Good turn by Marian. Love the sportsmanship by the Huntington defender. But again, first whistle of the match goes against O'Neal David, a senior from Germany. And it's set piece time for Marian. Frankly, Marian could be a little closer if they wanted to on that
where
call.
that foul was taken. Yeah, where that foul took place, they could absolutely move the ball forward.
But they're electing to go with width more than anything else here.
I get it, more room to whip the ball in.
Lou sends it in, quickly steered away by the Foresters. Couple of touches, one goes sideways. Opportunity on the one-timer, but turns into just a couple of hopper. That is easily played by Jorge Gonzalez.
Well done here on the replay, Rake. Gets the header into the box. One time off the volley, Nunez just does not get a solid shot off.
Gustavo, a junior from Brazil. Played at Mohawk Valley Community College, making his way to Marian. The first shot and shot on goal, and again, all of 5 minutes in, not the most threatening look, but again, to your point, don't waste the shot.
Yep.
Make the keeper make a play. Marian has done that literally half the times they have put boot to ball around the 18 so far this year.
And one thing when I was here a couple weeks ago, Greg, is this Marian team, they did not let the foot off the gas. Once they scored that first goal, granted it took them a while to get going scoring-wise, but they did not let the foot off the gas, and they just kept pouring it on, and that's what I expect tonight from the Marian team, to never let the foot off the gas.
Kukliang applying pressure, and eventually ball played off of him. Goal kick coming for Marian. We've got one more Marian men's regular season match for you. It is the regular season finale coming up against St. Francis on October the 29th. We'll have both NAI regional matches as well as Crossroads League tournament matches that are played here on the ISC Sports Network. follow up here by the Knights. I was kind of hitting hope, see if a teammate can latch on to it. Nobody in the vicinity. Both teams like to go the Route 1 route here. And again, a little miscommunication there by Marian. All things considered, that's pretty good distribution for the Knights.
Yeah, that was a great ball, actually.
That was nervy on the back, and all of a sudden led to an opportunity the other way.
Yeah, that's what Coach Jenkins doesn't want to see, is that little breakdown at the back. Like he said, he wanted to limit mistakes.
Not a bad idea, just couldn't lift it past that last defender. But again, Marian is there. Kyohei Kuroda on his left foot. Give Kyohei credit for simply trying to play through that when a lot of guys would have dropped immediately on that contact. And then just a little too much trying to find the head of a Marian player on the back post. Nothing comes of it. Goal kick coming for the Foresters.
Yeah, it was a good drop off, good one-time shot, just unfortunately past the post. Another opportunity for Marian, though, where Huntington has nothing yet. So
Marian playing 3 up top, electing to give a little bit of possession here. And that'll be a foul against the Knights. First foul whistled against Marian. Just a little too much contact with the midfield stripe. And as you can tell by the football markings, we are playing the 120-yard variety of the pitch. We line everything up with end zone line to end zone line here. Just enough width inside of the track here as well. Chance to send some numbers forward here by the Foresters. At the edge of the 18, and it turns into a nothing ball. Easy play by Marquez.
yeah, a lot of send and hope happening already, Greg.
Team's being very direct so far in today's game. An errant distribution by the Knights. Throw in coming. V-House now gives chase and gets a leg in there, but nothing comes of it. V-House, a sophomore from Germany. Second year in the Marian program.
Yeah, Greg, you and I got to see him play a couple times together last year, and then what we've seen from him so far this season, just absolutely dominant up top for this Marian team. He's so much fun to watch.
Perfectly onside by Huntington. Here's a look, but again, probably want to have that shot back. I don't blame Huntington for taking a shot there. Just made it a pretty easy play, and Marquez got interfered with. Nothing card-worthy, just a conversation.
Yeah, but if you're Huntington, you have to be careful on that one too, because that could have easily gone as a card, and then you're playing risky soccer the rest of the match.
Henry Heaney was the guilty party. Sophomore from Adelaide, Australia.
I don't mind the effort trying to deflect the ball.
Yep. And again, frankly, Marquez was right on the edge of the 18.
Right,
So you're
exactly.
kind of in that gray area, but that's why I thought, not a card, just hey.
Yep.
Little clearance. A little extra room. Kyohei again, trying to get around his defender. Able to get across potentially. Nope, we'll cut it back. And then try to slide it near post. Again, not enough there, but you also don't mind kind of that early test of the keeper.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I've seen so far already, Greg, is Marian, again, using these flanks to create those opportunities in the middle. I feel like using the flanks is like their number one option. If the flank's there, we're going to take it.
Kyohei getting his 7th start of the season, 2nd year in the program. He is from Japan, but again, made his way to the States to play at Parkland over in Illinois at the junior college level. Good looking turn here. It's Kadri that played that ball back to the midfield. Good step by the Knights. Just trying to find that proper outlet.
Yeah, good job defensively by Huntington to stop that counterattack, though.
Great takeaway. That was Moreland that got in the way. Now Heaney.
Good switch.
Sliding effort by the Knights eventually results in the takeaway. Yeah, Knights find the outlet.
All bad giveaway there.
Marian had the proper positioning behind the ball to make the damage minimal.
I like what I'm seeing from Huntington so far, Greg. This high line so far from Huntington has done a good job defensively, keeping Marian at bay.
And again, I think Marian felt that Huntington was a better team than their record indicated coming in at 2-3-3.
Yeah, and I like I said, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Jenkins. Has a great chance.
Just behind the Marian player. Huntington asked for a handball. Small window space, couldn't bend that around upper 90.
Yeah, I think Nunez may have gotten away with a slight handball there. Referee says play on. Good step to his right, just puts it past the post, a little high as well. But Coach Jenkins told me, because I had asked him, what have you learned about your team in the first 9 matches so far this season? And he said, I've learned that we're still very much so in the building phase here at Marian, and we have not yet put on the performance we know we can. So, again, a team that is, they look fantastic on paper. They've put up great numbers, but they're still learning a lot about themselves each time they take the field.
And ranked 15th, and again, the rankings are not the end-all, be-all in terms of who gets to host postseason matches, but it's an important line to be around because it's the top 16 teams, not by the rankings, as selected by the committee.
Correct. That
get to host. You got to put on a bid and things of that nature. But if you're in the top 15, you're in the conversation. Last year, Marian went on the road to Oklahoma. That'll be a foul against Huntington. So clearly that is kind of the next step for the Knights is not just make the postseason, but get to play a match here before then playing at the national level. Of course, 16 teams make the national variation of the tournament in both men's and women's soccer. So at most, you get one home match on your own home field once you would get past the Crossroads League tournament. Good effort. But linesman AR says, nope, that ball didn't cross in a touch. It will be a goal kick coming up.
Right, and I think what Coach Jenkins is saying is, with what we can do on the attack, if we can put our defense together as well, we can make some noise later this season.
I want to thank all of our great sponsors from Marian Athletics. That's AAA Roofing. When it rains, it pours. To trust the pros at AAA Roofing, that's what we call. Special thanks, AAA Roofing, for their support of Marian Athletics. Giveaway at the back. And again, just enough to kind of shepherd that ball across the byline.
Yeah, again, a great job defensively, shielding that ball away.
Frankly, Brant, when the mistakes have been made, nothing has come of them just yet. At some point, in either direction, that streak will come to an end.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of mistakes at the back, but they've done a good job of recovering on both sides. So bend but don't break at this point.
And again, we are into conference play. And in the first one, especially at home, you're thinking about the full 3 points, and we're 50 minutes in, but the two teams could play for a single point tonight. And we're going to stop because of head-to-head contact. So as the clock is stopped on your screen. No intent there. But both teams will have trainers that'll be waved out to check on injured players. And the injured man for Huntington, Chirapat Ukliang, as a junior from Bangkok, Thailand. Matthew Liu getting some instructions from Coach Jenkins. We'll get a look at the injured Marian player coming up in a matter of moments. Both will have to come off for at least a moment. Getting the worst for that, wear on that for Marian.
Yeah, just both players going up. Just both players going up for the header and just making that head contact. Never feels good.
I believe that was Rocha. That was the player that took the knock on his noggin for Marian.
Yeah, anytime the head is involved, referee stopping play, making sure everybody's okay.
And Marian will reclaim possession and do so in a neutral fashion, which allows both players to get back on the field.
Yeah, good to see both players entering the field again.
Both keeper with one official save so far. 2 shots taken by the Knights, 3 fouls committed by the Foresters. Not much in this one just yet. If that pass had gotten through, different story. The flick, one time, oh my!
Oh my goodness.
How about that?
What a finish.
V-House puts it home.
Are you
And
kidding
there
me?
wasn't much of a look really on that one.
It wasn't, Rake, it was the flick. It's the whole buildup. It's the flick right here by Nunez to V-House with the smash past the keeper.
For Nunez, his 5th assist of the season. For V-House, his 9th goal of the campaign. And you can be watching soccer at a variety of levels, college and pro. You won't see a better finish than that, potentially the rest of this season.
That was incredible. That was a fantastic finish.
So Sam V-House gets his 9th goal in 10 matches. And if you're Huntington, you're wondering what hit you. Because, again, that didn't come from much. You wouldn't say it's against a run of play because it's been neutral between the two teams, but my goodness.
Well, and you mentioned it. Had the original pass gotten through, it could have been a different story. It gets deflected back to Marian. They send it back in. Nunez with the beautiful flick, and then Sam V-House just incredible.
Remember in the Reggie Miller Winning Time documentary when they had like 9 or 10 guys say presence of mind and edit them all together?
Yes.
You would say that about that. The presence of mind by V-House to kind of recognize the play and say, okay, I need to get myself in a position where if this ball is flicked to me,
right,
I can just turn and have a hit and see what happens.
But it was also Nunez knowing exactly where V-House
Correct.
was.
Good job by Nunez to kind of tuck under there.
Right.
So 1-0 lead for Marian on a world-class level finish.
Well, just the space that V-House had made to free himself on that play as well.
Good work by the Knights. Kind of seeking out contact. Ball played behind V-House. That will be a throw for Marian on the sliding tackle away by Heaney. Well, you touch on in your keys, Brant, that Marian knew or felt that scoring first was going to be of even a larger impact than normal tonight. And here we are 17 minutes in, and they've got the first goal.
Well, and it's not just that, Greg. It's not only are they comfortable on the ball as they earn another free kick here, another set piece, but really they're playing their game now, and Huntington are on their heels. They're down 1-0. You can tell they're a little stressed on the defensive side right now. It's Marian's game right now.
Kadri with the foul. Kadri played at St. Mary of the Woods over in the hills north of Terre Haute before making his way to play at Huntington. St. Mary of the Woods, who will be playing the other type of football at a full NAI level next year. That one not exactly as planned. And now, good read there by the back by Marian. Again, just play it sideways and retreat.
Yep, let everybody recover. When in doubt, kick it out.
So reset here. One of 2 games that has a goal in it so far. Spring Arbor has taken an early 1-0 lead against Indiana Wesleyan. That game in Michigan. That game about 20 minutes in at this point. And quite simply, every Wednesday, every Saturday, with kind of one mid-season break, we're playing a league match. Final day of the regular season, October 29th. The next week, top 8 teams begin the Crossroads League tournament. And I think there is very much a thought that you could see 4, maybe even 5. That might be a stretch to get that many in the postseason. 40 teams make the NAIA postseason. But little doubt you will see multiple teams make the field. Vhouse, the target, could not get there. Again, he was trying to steer it to a teammate. Good transitional work here by the Foresters. Heaney to David. High line being kept by Marian, trying to keep the field as compact as possible. Another good midfield win by the Knights. And here's some transition of their own. Looking for that, well, trying to get it to Vhouse. Could not complete it. And a good recognition that time by Gonzalez to realize if he doesn't get to that ball, that is a corner. His hustle kept it in play and kept his team in possession.
What I really liked on that last possession from Huntington is the buildup from the back that they had. They not only used the wings, they used the middle. They built it outside. They came back inside. They played with a lot more confidence on the ball than we've seen so far here in the match. But again, Marian, that back line, just stepping right into it.
Knights look for their 6th win of the season. All the way to the back. And all the way back to the keeper in Gonzalez. Gonzalez has played every minute in net so far. Flag goes up. And there's that high line we have been talking about.
And again, playing on this football field, Greg, it's very easy for these line judges to make that offside call.
You may not like the football lines. The guys in highlighter yellow do.
They love it.
Makes their job a little bit easier. First offside flag against either side. Now 21 minutes in. Bells ring for the bottom of the hour here in Indianapolis, 7:30 local time. Opportunity here. This is Lou. And inadvertently ends up being a great pass. Find a teammate, find the back of the net, goal. Very unselfish by Marian. I thought the shot was coming from the 6. No, it was a pass. It is a 2-goal lead for the home team.
Yeah, extremely unselfish, extremely entertaining soccer right here. The build-up from Marian, and then Lou with the pass across to Vhouse. I thought Lou was going to take it. He was wide open on the 6. Sends it beautifully across to an unmarked Vhouse, his 2nd of the match.
And great job by our camera placement to show you that Lou realized the defender was behind both players. Absolutely was Vhouse onside. So, making a brace for Vhouse, 22 minutes in. He's got now 10 goals this season. Lou gets the assist. That is his first of the year. This is his first start tonight, but we saw him a lot last year for this Marian squad. And Knights are off to the races, a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, and Matthew Lou is one of those players that helps out tremendously on the attack. He helps out tremendously on the defensive side as well. He's extremely entertaining to watch on this near side, up and down the pitch. What an assist. Great vision there on the 6.
Again, I will go back to what you said before the match, both on air and off the air. Marian has been very efficient with their chances. Again, it's not like they're dominating the pace of play. It's equal kind of give and take back and forth. But all of a sudden you blink and it's 2-0 because they've buried both their chances so far.
Yeah, they have been absolutely efficient and lethal in front of the goal this year so far, Greg. And it's no wonder they're ranked where they are. And really, they know how to finish.
You know, sometimes you can be around teams that are great in the build-up, but just can't finish. It can be maddening to be on the call of matches like that on a regular basis. Not the case for this Marian team.
No, not the case for this Marian team. We thought we were going to be in that type of situation when they were playing Governor State a couple weeks ago before the floodgates opened. But really this, like you and I have talked about over and over again so far in this broadcast, Greg, is how efficient they've been on the build-up and then in front of goal.
Right idea there by Huntington. Just couldn't make the turn. Quick substitution going to come on here for the Knights, so they'll have their first sub of the game.
And really, and for this Huntington team, you haven't played poorly defensively.
No.
You have not played poorly defensively, but when Marian is getting these opportunities, they will make you pay for it.
Shots Marian 4, shots on goal 3, goals Marian 2. So Donovan Doolittle comes on for the Knights. The legendary Canterbury School of Fort Wayne. One of the all-time great coaches of soccer in this state, Greg Mock, that was the head coach there for north of 40 years. Think of current USL Championship player Reese Buckmaster. First played at IU, played at Canterbury for a couple of years. Applying his craft in the USL Championship for many years at this point. Good combination here by Huntington. Sliding tackle just to slow things down. Center backs, frankly, have not been challenged that much for Marian. They were there. Substitution will come on here for Huntington. So entering for Huntington, Owen Leland. Leland, a local product as well from Huntertown, Indiana, around the Fort Wayne area. He played at Indiana Tech before making his way to Huntington.
And for the Foresters, number 11, Owen Leland.
At the edge of the 18, ball headed down. Good job by Marquez to get big. It will be a corner. First corner we have seen for either side today, and again, first threatening moment came quickly for Huntington.
Well, it was the header that sprung him free, and then keeper does a great job getting out, getting big, like you said, Greg, and cutting off that angle. But yeah, another just a great threatening opportunity there for Huntington.
Douglas Apia-Kubi was the player that got a shot on target that time. He too formerly played at Indiana Tech, the native of Ghana. It's a corner inbound from O'Neal David. First a quick meeting of the minds inside of the 18.
Well, Marquez wearing that bright orange jersey. I don't know if he got big or if the player was blinded by the jersey.
Low line drive. Trying to be directed back in, Marian. The clearance. And then a foul going to be called against Nunez. But you can live with that if you're Marian. That is a restart at midfield, not at the edge of the 18.
Right, absolutely. Marian did a great job clearing the ball out.
And Marquez will catch the bounding ball with no problem. I want to thank our friends at BSN Sports. BSN, they are the preferred provider of apparel for Marian Knight Athletics. Greg Rakestraw, Brant McCoskey with you. Our outstanding ISC Sports Network crew. Jordan Shue, Charlie Hammock, Vince Morales. Glorious Alec DeFord. And Dennis Glover tonight. Nice ball by Marian. The build-up has been really good. The cutback and the roller from distance left a little something to be desired. But when you've already scored twice, you can live with that.
Absolutely, but it was the pace. It was the pace, the little touches that Marian had in that build-up, finding each other, the quick little 1-2 touches, the quick passes.
Their combination play is something to see. And again, this is a mix of players that were here a year ago and players that are new to the program. Seemingly of the players up top, Nunez is kind of the new addition.
Right.
Lou, V-House, all together a year ago. Kuroda as well. Again, quality read in the midfield, and that'll be a foul. Apia-Kubi with the...
Just a bit of a late touch.
With the infraction. Long distance ball by the Knights. They've been good at the tiki-taka. They've been good at the direct ball as well.
Hit it outside.
Not enough in it. This is our referee. Marian did a good job of maintaining their shape. Marian winning the midfield battles. Part of the reason why they are 2 goals to the good in this match.
Well, and Greg, you mentioned the shape that Marian had defensively in the middle of the field. on that counterattack. We've seen it multiple times here in this match tonight where Huntington starts to kind of break away on a counter and Marian just steps right in.
It's a very connected Marian team right now.
Well, what really impresses me, Greg, is that, you had just mentioned there's some players that have come back. There are new players on this Marian roster, and it's just the chemistry. Viehouse again.
Just off the bar. That service outstanding, and that was from 20, 25 yards out.
Yeah, that was a very impressive service here by Nunez. And then Viehouse, just the big body that he is, and to get that header on frame just off the crossbar. Beautiful ball in by Nunez, though. And the chemistry on this team, just immediately, you see these guys on the pitch together, and it seems like they've been playing together for multiple seasons.
Teammate got in the way that time, unfortunately for Huntington. I was trying to switch sides of the attack. Player takes tumble for Marian. No infraction called either way. The player still kind of, I wouldn't say down, but I think it's Nunez that a little gimpy on that one. Just kind of took a, looks like it took a misstep trying to step and get that.
Yeah, he was slow to get up and then just kind of lingered there for a minute.
Kuroda will take a moment just to slow the pace a little bit for Marian.
And that's a perfect picture of what I was talking about with how Marian is playing their game, the pace that they're playing at. And you can tell that it's starting to wear Huntington down a bit because they are moving so fast.
Josh Westling the target here, wearing one of the captain's armbands today. And that'll be an infraction against Marian. That ball got into touch, so throw in coming here for the Knights. See Coach Jenkins there on the sideline. Jenkins, a native of England, played at both UIndy and Marian. Had a brief stop at LSU Shreveport in between. It was on Brad Hodder's staff at DePaul University before making his way to Marian. Becoming the head coach now in his third season. Throw in coming. So 31 minutes in. Two goals by Viehouse. One, the finish remarkable. The other, the build-up, the star. Good-looking ball here. Great read by Marquez. Don't take a chance. Marquez getting his first start of the season. He's been up to the challenge tonight. And for him, it's not been a spectacular save. It's just been little things in terms of positioning, distribution, etc.
But if you're Coach Jenkins, that's what you want to see from your starting keeper. Playing with that confidence, being able to come off your line, get big in certain situations, come off your line outside the 18 to win the ball back and clear it out. The communication at the back with his teammates.
Other scores, by the way, in the league remain unchanged. Only other match, the goal in it, the Spring Arbor Indiana Wesleyan match, with Spring Arbor leading that one 1-0 in the first half. And 4 matches for 7 o'clock kickoffs like this one. 1 8 o'clock start tonight. Featuring St. Francis and Grace. Pressure applied all the way back to the keeper. Now a whistle. And a card coming here, looks like. Westling apologizing immediately to Gonzalez, but looks like he's going to get booked over this.
Yeah, Westling. Gonzalez just took a little too much time, and Westling came flying in. Easy call for the referee, running into the keeper like that. Easy call.
First booking of the match goes against Marian. For Westling, his first card of the season.
And if you're Huntington, you cannot give away a counterattack like this to this Marian team. Good step from the Huntington defense.
A little space to operate now for the Forsters.
And we've seen Huntington throughout this match so far, Greg, have some good buildup, but as soon as they get to really the attacking third, it all shuts down.
The edge of the 18. Possession maintained. Marian gets there, and again, if nothing else, you'll slow things down. Substitutions aplenty coming on here for Huntington. Shano Hasselbank will come on. Senior from the Netherlands. Also coming on, Nick Butler. V-House done for the first half of the Knights. So we'll get a break. On the throw. Great clearance by Marian. And this ball will go all the way back to the keeper.
That was an iffy ball back to the keeper.
That's pretty good speed that was being on display there from Marian.
Multiple substitutions. In for the Knights, number 25, Justin Kopp, and number 20.
Justin Kopp is on.
And in for Foresters, number 30,
Foul.
Nick Butler, and number 4, Shano Hasselbank.
Kopp, a senior from Germany. Spent some time playing collegiately in Louisiana as well. Under 10 to play here in the first half. Ball knocked forward. Good looking cross here. Nothing comes of it though. And Marquez is there. Good recognition.
Yeah, good read by Marquez there.
Let the ball stay in his hands long. Crota now drops a little further back in this alignment for Marian. It's more of a left back role after a couple of substitutions. Nunez just kind of hanging around the keeper. See if he can pick up some loose change. Good speed on display by Marian defensively, and again, they'll take the neutral ball.
Yeah, and again, Huntington playing that, I'm going to send it, you run onto it and see what happens ball.
Hockey, that would be the dump and chase.
Absolutely.
If nothing else, the heat map is starting to shift a little bit for Huntington. Or at least just getting kind of more balls in and around the 18. Nothing has come of it yet, but you keep doing that, good things will happen.
Yeah, and we've seen glimpses of buildup from them in this match so far, Greg, and they're starting to put it together here now. Good turn.
On the turn, and shot goes wide. Was there a touch there? Yes. Corner coming. That'll be the second corner for the Foresters.
Great control on that turn. Good job defensively by Marian to knock that ball away.
Koroblev. A very unique combination of being from Kharkiv but attending Noblesville High School. It's bizarre that you would know someone that spent time in both Noblesville and Ukraine.
Huh.
I say that because Brant McCoskey was the other member of that group. We'll explain that in a moment. Corner coming here for Huntington. All the way through, headed down. Turn off a Marian player, and Marquez was just kind of late to see it, but able to get on it eventually.
Well, and that ball was dangerous, just kind of bouncing around. It took a deflection off a Marian defender. couple Marian defenders, and Marquez does a great job getting down on the ball, and his teammates coming over saying thank you for being there.
Frankly, Hasselbank was the last guy to get a touch to it. Ended off 2 or 3 different players from edge of the 18 to the goal mouth.
Just around a pinball. It's fine.
Good read. Opportunity here. And for Huntington, your goal is to get 1 back by halftime.
But look how quickly Marian closed on that. Huntington did a fantastic job on that steal, building with pace, but Marian with the speed to get back to shut that opportunity down.
Marian has allowed 11 goals in 9 matches. And in their last 2, a draw and a loss after starting the season. Picking up points, if you will, in 6 of their first 7 matches. And that's going to be a foul, yep. Kind of an unnecessary jersey tug that time for Marian. It was O'Neal David that was able to get some separation there. You're not going for goal from here. You're trying to put a teammate in an advantageous position.
Yeah, if you're Huntington, you make a little bit of noise in the middle of the field and hope the ball breaks your way. Just put a nice bending ball in.
Drenth will send it in. Again, looking back post. That was good service, and not surprising. Drenth has a couple of assists on the year.
Yeah, that was a good ball right towards the penalty spot.
Junior from Goshen. On the throw. Good touch. Now Marian trying to launch the counter. 3 players in unison join Nunez up top. Ball does not get through. Still the right idea by Marian. A little optimistic on that ball by the Knights.
Good defensive stance there by Huntington on that back line. Marian had the numbers.
Here's Kuroda. And Kuroda, well, we're still at an amateur level, but that is absolutely a professional foul. Obviously, Kyohei helps sell that a little bit too, but Hasselbank with the jersey tug, evident right there, and that's going to get you a card every time.
Yeah, Kyohei did a great job blasting past the defense with the speed. Again, professional tactical foul there for Huntington, but it sets up yet another set piece here for Marian.
For Hasselbank, that is his 2nd yellow of the season. So both teams have a player in the book. Now we'll see what if Marian can deliver off of a set piece opportunity here. This is Rocha that will send it in. He's got Kuroda unmarked. Goes directly towards the post. I'd imagine coaching staff might go to school on the fact that Kuroda was left alone.
Yeah, he was wide open.
Uh-huh. You and I both pointed at the screen as if somebody was watching us. Love that flick here. Opportunity. Defender just gets in the way.
Yeah, good flick on there for Marian. Very similar to the flick that we saw to V-House earlier in the match.
Last touch came off, though, a Marian player. The throw in coming here. Well, tonight's match is brought to us by Hoagies and Hops. They've been serving Pennsylvania-style hoagies and cheesesteaks in Indianapolis now for more than 10 years. Located right next to campus, 42nd and Boulevard. They're proud to partner with the Knights. It's Hoagies and Hops. Show your Marian ID or your game day ticket, and you get a 15% discount. Learn more at hoagiesandhops.com. Opportunity here. Again, getting big that time was Marquez. It will be a corner. He hesitated for a moment. Was able to shut the door when necessary.
Yeah, Marquez just kind of hesitated, waiting to read the play, and then finally gets out, gets big again, makes contact, but nothing doing there.
To Huntington's credit, they have had the better of the last 10 minutes.
They absolutely have. Like I said, they've built up some great possession. They've had a couple opportunities on goal. That defensive line from Marian, though, staying strong, and Marquez has done very well himself.
Clearly not a corner, my apologies. Just a throw. There's the best look for Huntington. Because if that is lower, he has the keeper beat.
Absolutely. If that's lower, that is absolutely a goal.
Quick substitution coming on from Marian. And in a matter of moments, again, great camera. I'm going to show it. That's why QB was so upset. He knew he had it. That was his opportunity. He's got 2 assists, does Douglas, on the season. Yet to find the back of the net.
And great job by our camera crew there, too, because from that angle, had he kept that lowered, there was no keeper in the vicinity to stop that shot.
Kerman St. Paul going to get the opportunity. You see him kind of venturing around the 18. There is a developmental squad here at Marian. He is up from the developmental team. Shoulder to shoulder. Nothing wrong with that. Even though Kuroda went to the turf, he had not really kind of established position. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, you go shoulder to shoulder. The referee's normally not going to call that. There was some decently heavy contact there, but again, shoulder to shoulder.
So you're straight up.
You're straight up. There was nothing doing.
Less than 90 to play here in the half. Again, momentum tilting in favor of the Foresters, but the scoreboard still clearly in favor of Marian.
If you're Huntington right now, you're liking what you're seeing on this attacking side. You've created some opportunities from corners, set pieces. You're winning balls in the middle of the field.
And understandably, Kliang is like, okay, where can I go that I don't have to go out on the beach? This is obviously a multi-use facility. Left-footed again. Bit of a spill, but Hasselbank's got to be careful. Again, he got an earlier yellow. You can't kind of take that risk when you've already been put in the book once.
Yeah, when you go to obstruct the goalkeeper
Yeah.
like that, you have to be very careful, especially when you have a card already under your belt. Marquez was already calling for a card.
Well, you heard the countdown from 10 coming up in a matter of moments. The stats of this match would tell you it's equal. The scoreboard does not. V-House, a pair. And Marian with a 2-0 lead at the break. An outstanding start for James Jenkins' squad in terms of this Crossroads League opener. 1 goal of brilliance. The other, a buildup of brilliance. Marian 2, Huntington 0. As you're watching Crossroads League Soccer here on the ISC Sports Network.
Steady, steady.
I got this.
I don't think that's right, Peyton.
Being a heart surgeon is tough.
I know, the whole cardiac team at Ascension St. Vincent is so skilled.
They can do it all, even the most complex heart surgeries.
How about we leave it to the professionals?
I like that.
Get expert care for hearts big and small at Ascension St. Vincent.
That doesn't go there.
We'll fix you, pal.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
When you have back or neck pain, you'll try anything for relief. Anything.
Whoa! Honey?
Honey, it was mustard seed.
For real options, get your back in front of the spine experts at Ortho Indy. Ortho Indy Spine. This is your way back.
Back in Indianapolis, a look back towards the main part of campus to the north. Greg Rakestraw, Brent McCoskey with you. Marian leading it 2-0 at halftime over Huntington here on the ISC Sports Network. Again, V-House with both goals. Marian was good. I don't think Huntington was bad.
Right.
It was just when Marian had the opportunity, they took advantage.
Yeah, and really, like you and I said, Greg, Huntington's not playing terribly defensively, and then they had more of a build-up there towards the end of the first half. But, man, when Marian, they can hop on it quick, and they did, putting 2 goals in very quick succession.
If you're James Jenkins, what is your message to your guys at halftime?
Stay on it, pedal to the metal, but defensively we have to maintain our shape. We cannot let Huntington get this many opportunities. They should have probably put a couple in the back of the net. There were a couple that were close. Marquez did a fantastic job on 2 of those. Really, it's bend but don't break, but let's keep our shape. Let's limit those mistakes. Keep the ball out of the back. Let's go put more in the back of the net.
Yeah, if you're head coach Nick Potter Huntington, I don't think your team's out of this.
No, absolutely not. And that's where really, in catching up with James Jenkins before the match, he said, we cannot let up. If you're Coach Potter for Huntington, you're saying, hey, we're still in this thing. We've had our chances. Let's go capitalize.
Numbers in half number 1. Huntington had 8 shots, 6 of those on target. Obviously, all of those saved by Ricardo Marquez. 5 shots from Marian, 3 of those on target. Only 1 of those saved by Jorge Gonzalez. 2 corners for Huntington, none for Marian. The offside flag went up 1 time. That was against Huntington. We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, our first half highlights and our look around the Crossroads League scoreboard. At the break, it is Marian 2, Huntington 0. As you're watching Marian Soccer on ISC.
We jumped in immediately. We take an intro to engineering course.
And they sit there and tell you, we're not going to push you through every single prereq your first 2 years. We're going to let you get hands-on work with engineering right away because 2 years of a prereq, that's boring.
There's companies always asking for students with shop experience. And the dean will email me and say, hey, they're looking for a guy just like you, which is awesome that the dean knows who a guy like me is.
Getting an internship here has been much easier than I anticipated. My friends at bigger schools are telling me, well, I need to live, close to this city so I can work for this company. Well, I'm already close to the city. I live here.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 5.74% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Caitlin, I'm here to show you all the best places in Indy, like the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital ER.
Great place to go for a fever, am I right?
Or a common cold. Get it? Like a common cold? Tough crowd.
Can I have an autograph?
Of course.
Caitlin, it kind of seems like you already know your way around.
A little, but my name's not on the hospital yet.
Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, a new and expanded ER to serve more of Indiana's kids.
Colt, like cold. That's the joke, right?
Look at our first half highlights, and again, first 50 minutes were played in a neutral fashion, but Marian, again, a moment of brilliance. The flick by Nunez, the finish by V-House.
Hashtag top 10. This was, and then here as well, the beautiful build-up, the send across the 6 from Lou to V-House as well.
For V-House, goals 9 and 10 of the season. Again, frankly, for the next, say, 50 minutes, Marian kind of controlled the tempo.
Yep.
The last 10 to 15 belonged to Huntington and probably could have had one, if not a couple, in the closing stages.
Yeah, really the volley there that just sailed high was one that should have gone in. This play right here, just great job by Marquez to come off his line. He hesitated a little bit, Rake, but really did a great job in breaking that play apart.
Other scores around the league at halftime, Bethel and Taylor, 0-0 in Upland. Spring Arbor leads Indiana Wesleyan 1-0 at halftime. And Goshen Mount Vernon Nazarene, they are also 0-0 at the break. St. Francis and Grace, they have the late start tonight. They're underway at 8 o'clock. Again, coming up for Marian, in terms of their upcoming schedule, their next 3 are all on the road. They will next be back here on October the 11th. Marian will go to Goshen for their next league match that comes up on Saturday. Following that match at Goshen, at Mount Vernon Nazarene, then at 22nd ranked Grace next Saturday before coming home to play Taylor on Saturday, October the 11th. Of course, it'll be a busy Saturday here at Marian University. They seemingly always are. But big football game against Indiana Wesleyan. Kickoff of that game is at 1:05. Be sure you join us right here on the ISC Sports Network as Marian looks to avenge a sizable loss to Indiana Wesleyan during last year's regular season. We'll take this quick timeout, come back with more halftime show as you're watching Marian University Soccer here on the ISC Sports Network.
To see the success that we've had around here has been very, very rewarding for me. My name is Steve Downing. I'm athletic director. We've been able to build buildings. We've been able to put up video boards. We've been able to build locker rooms, dining halls here. And I think a lot of that speaks to the M Club itself. You know, people are really excited about what we're doing here. We haven't had to sacrifice anything for our athletes, okay, in terms of clothing them, feeding them, or traveling them to events. And we've done it in a first-class way, and I'm really excited about what that means for the M Club itself.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
This story is mad good.
Ice Spice?
Who's that?
It's my ex, lemon lime soda.
This is intense.
But I love you.
Buddy, it'll be okay.
Or not.
Well, this is the opener for men's soccer in terms of a Crossroads League play. Same can be said for women's soccer tonight as well. And again, it's a shadow schedule, meaning when the Huntington men are here, it means the Marian women are at Huntington tonight. And the Marian women came into tonight's game at 8-0 in non-conference play. They are now 1-0 in Crossroads League contest. That game kicked at 6 o'clock. And Marian comes out with a 5-0 victory. A brace for Allie Treadway. Goals by Kylie Conrad and Sammy King. An own goal for the Knights as well. Justin Sullivan's team is now 9-0 to start the season as they are number 4 in the country. And again, they are a couple of years removed from playing for a national championship. So they have some pretty lofty aspirations, does this team. That's frankly several teams on the Marian campus. But congratulations as the Knights get to 1-0 in terms of women's soccer in the Crossroads League play. And we are not too far away from having the Marian women back on the ISC Sports Network as well. Next time we will see them will be October the 18th when they take on Spring Arbor. Again, that is a rematch of that national championship tilt from 3 years ago. Last year, Marian lost in their first game of the national tournament round down south after winning here in regional play. Brant, what do you expect to see here early in the second half from these two teams?
Really, it's for Marian, come out strong, play with your pace, play your game, and if you're Huntington, go after it. Go after that Marian backline. You saw what you could do late in that first half. Continue that pressure and make Marian make a mistake.
Some individual numbers. QB with 4 shots to lead the way for Huntington of the 8 total in which they took. For Marian, 5 shots. They were all taken by Nunez and Viehouse. Viehouse with 3 shots and 2 goals in 34 minutes of play. And Nunez got an assist on 1 goal. Lou gets the assist on the other. How about Ricardo Marquez? Again, his first start of the season, 6 saves in the opening 45.
Yeah, he looked very impressive to me, really. He came off his line. He hesitated, like I said, on that one, but really everything else, he looked very solid. His communication with his teammates on that back line, telling them to push out when he needed them to push out. Just great leadership on the pitch.
Couple minutes left to go before we get to half number 2. Teams, again, will switch ends, but frankly, given the fact the sun has largely not been existent today here in Indianapolis, let alone setting, and given the fact no wind whatsoever, does not matter which end these 2 teams are going into. The first of 9 league matches between the 2 squads, for these 2 squads. 10 teams in the league play a full round robin. Top 8 make the league tournament. This is one of the league tournaments that is all completely seeded. So top 4 seeds get a home game in round 1. Top 2 remaining seeds in terms of the bracket get a home game in the semifinals. And highest remaining seed will host the championship game. And clearly Marian, both men's and women's soccer, think they have a chance to be hosting numerous postseason games. Grant, if you want to revisit your 3 keys for each team, how are the teams abiding by those through 45 minutes?
Well, Coach James Jenkins' squad, they scored the first goal because always key. When they score the first goal, they feel a lot more relaxed on the ball. They did that. Pass the ball like we know we can. They had great build-up, using the flanks like they normally do, which is great. They made great opportunities in the middle because of that play on the wings, and then have a solid defensive performance. And there were a couple sketchy opportunities there for Huntington. They're late, but the Marian defense has done very well so far. And then on the Huntington side, unfortunately gave up those 2 very quick chances for Marian. But for the most part, defensively, the Huntington team has played well. They've created opportunities. They've had some shots on goal. Just haven't been able to capitalize yet.
Teams ready to roll, and so are we. And thanks for spending your Wednesday evening with us on the ISC Sports Network. Our second men's soccer broadcast of the year. We'll have one more coming up, but our 3 remaining Marian soccer broadcasts are all from October 18th on. So a lot will transpire in league play between now and then. Ending ball in. Viehouse buzzing around this one. And it is not that Marian has overwhelmed Huntington in terms of possession. It's finishing when you get the opportunity.
Yeah, it was really just those 2 quick chances for Marian. They had those opportunities and they took advantage of them.
Marian might be slightly more judicious in terms of when to press with a 2-goal lead. Not that you're trying to sit on the ball, just let Huntington kind of take the action to you and react from that.
Right, limit those mistakes at the back. You don't want to cause anything, do anything crazy that gives Huntington any sort of breath of hope in this one.
Hasselbank was a substitution in the first half, picked up a yellow. Pressure on top, what speed,
yeah,
my goodness. Can you slide it through? No. That could have easily been a 3rd, but credit to the Huntington defender that just up in front of what could have been a tap-in for the Knights. Let's see if that is a pivotal moment that what was a 2-goal lead did not become 3. Great hustle back that time.
Man, Josh Westling absolutely just blowing past everyone on that far side. with his speed. Incredible speed down that sideline.
It was Ryo Ayahara was hustling back for Huntington. Got in the way, or that would have been a third goal, and now we're having a different conversation about this match. At 2, the conversation is still being had. At 3, we're largely putting this one in the win column for the home team. Knocked out of bounds by Rocha. Rocha, the junior from Brazil. Leland on the throw. Getting entered as a substitution in half number 1. Nunez tries to hit that one to the concession stand.
And Greg, you mentioned league play getting absolutely crazy before the next time we really see this Marian team on the ISC Sports Network. And I had a chance to ask Coach Jenkins, you know, league play is a completely different animal. How has the squad prepared for league play this really tough stretch of the season? Good ball.
Player down. Let's finish that thought in a moment. Marian attacking on. O'Neal David, the player that's just now getting up behind the play. Cross gets away and couldn't put a head to it on frame. Vihas already a brace for his efforts this evening.
Getting great build-up by Marian there with that man-up opportunity. Sends it across to Vihas and just couldn't do anything with it, unfortunately.
Vihas had a stretch where he scored in 6 consecutive matches for Marian. Last time you saw him, he scored 3 against Governor State. Had a brace against Georgetown back on August the 27th as well. Well, any spell of possession this end with a 2-goal lead is a win for Marian. Good job to stay engaged there. Now we'll try to get behind the ball quickly. Marquez takes no chances.
Yeah, again, Westling showing off that speed to break up that counterattack from Huntington.
So you and Coach Jenkins had a conversation.
We did. And, you know, we talked to, you know, we discussed a few things. It really, league play is a beast. It's a different kind of animal. You have your non-con play. They did well. They were 5-2-2 in league play, but then really once you get into that conference play, it's a completely different animal. And he said we've had some underwhelming performances this year, and I think we have been able to turn that into a positive to ensure that we do not allow that to happen tonight in conference play when it really matters. The vibes and confidence levels are up, especially in the locker room. We just need to play the way we know we know we can. And
I would say they have done that so far.
Absolutely. He has so much confidence in this team, in his players. Anyone he puts on the pitch, he knows they're going to perform for him.
Not enough contact in that for a whistle. So a goal kick coming here for Huntington. As expected, Marian being a little more selective in terms of that press. Good flick here. Opportunity here. Shot. Steered wide. Was there a touch there? No. Referee and assistant referee kind of glanced at each other.
Yeah, again, Marquez does a great job coming off his line to cut off the angle.
I believe that was Colton Foster that took the shot and just steered it wide. But that's again why you kind of, let me say, a little bit more behind the ball if you're Marian in that scenario. Huntington has no choice. They have to turn up the wick on the pressure. Leads to a giveaway. And Ian Marquez will now step on a little bit, just trying to shave a few seconds here or there with 38 minutes left to play.
And if you're the Marian defense, you've looked a little uneasy here in a couple moments in this second half. Giving up a few opportunities there to that Huntington attack.
Advantage being played. I think Marian would have preferred a foul, would have been called there. And you and I have, frankly, a bit of an easier angle than our center does. That was a shove in the back.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
And then we have a player down, which we are going to go check here for Marian. Now we'll stop the clock. Bring the trainer on. Now we'll have a conversation with an assistant referee. See if he saw what may have caused said calamity. It is Viehaus that is the player that is down, that is slowly working his way to the home team bench.
The Patriot, yes. The Patriot is a Amazon Prime show.
Justin Kopp returns to spell Viehaus for a few moments.
Very funny.
We'll have a restart with Marian in possession. There were 37 minutes and 10 seconds left to go.
And if you're a Marian fan, you don't like to see Viehaus come off the field like that.
Tonight's match is brought to part by Masters Heating and Cooling. When the action heats up, trust Masters Heating and Cooling Indianapolis to keep your home cool. Visit mastersindy.com. Errant pass. Right idea by the Knights. And for the first time this evening, we can feel a bit of a breeze coming through here.
Feels fantastic.
Not that, frankly, we have much room to complain about our weather over the better part of the last 5 or 6 weeks. Looking back post. Marian got ahead to it, but didn't clear it. That ball behind a teammate. And that's going to be a foul at the edge of the 18. So not a point to the spot, but a free kick opportunity. And you can hear the Marian bench say, no fouls, no fouls.
They yelled it probably 3 or 4 times, Greg, leading up to that foul call. And good job by Huntington keeping up this pressure. Great touches on the ball, keeping the ball close to his body, making the Marian defenders chop in at him, drawing that foul, and just a great opportunity here for the Huntington Foresters to put one in the back of the net.
It was Hasselbank that drew the contact. It was Lou that got whistled for the foul. Wall just outside of the 6 here for Marian.
Marquez doing a great job talking to his team. That defensive wall there, making sure they're in the right spot so he can see exactly what's happening.
Now you're going for goal from this distance.
Yeah.
And they'll probably blast this as much through the wall as up and over. And that's exactly what could have happened, but just steered it wide. Frankly, Marquez picked aside. This ball is a foot to the right. That is a goal.
That was a great shot there. On target, just a little wide, but
frankly, that's kind of been the story tonight.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Marian took advantage of chances. Huntington has not. And again, they've only scored 8 now in 9 matches this season. Throw in coming from Marian. If you're Marian now, you'll take a little extra time on restarts. The luxury you have staked to a 2-goal lead.
Well, Greg, you and I have been in the booth together a few times this season, and really it's any time that you get a chance to have a throw in or corner, anything like that, you can milk 10, 15 seconds really off the clock. Not really that long, but close enough to before the referee's telling you to play the ball in.
Try to shorten the game. Marquez does a good job of calling off his teammates. And while his feet were outside of the 18, the ball stayed in.
Great awareness there by Marquez, knowing where his feet were to keep the ball over his head inside the box. Close, but not close enough there.
Knights content to pass the ball around the back a little bit to make Huntington come get them. Try to open things up further up the field. Marian, one quality look so far this half. Could not take advantage of it. Ayahara stepped in just in the nick of time for Huntington, or it would have been 3. Other than that, frankly, this half has kind of been played in this end of the park.
Well, and like you said, Greg, at the beginning of the half, there's only 2 on the board for Marian, and with the looks that Huntington has had, they are still very much so in this match.
Opportunity here. Good looking cross. Up and over. Quickly Gonzalez recovers. Nothing doing there. And again, part of it is trying to change your mindset a little bit if you're Marian. Again, you can take time around the 18. As a little bit of liquid sunshine starts to make its way in here. Originally, the forecast for today was not exactly great.
Right.
Frankly, it improved as the day went along, but just enough of a miss to be annoying currently. Chance to throw numbers forward here for the Foresters. Marian asking for a bit of a nudge as that ball was almost pushed towards the goal.
But if you're Huntington, off that set piece, any opportunity that you get to send the ball into the box is a great chance, given what you're dealing with right now.
Nothing comes of it. Now that's an important foul to draw for Marian, because your right back just made a really nice run. But once he loses the ball, now there's one less guy behind the ball. That foul kind of bailed Marian out of a potential predicament there. Good turn. Good looking run here for the Knights. The hit from distance, not a bad idea, but not exactly one of a threatening variety.
Another good build-up from Marian.
A trio of Huntington players about to re-enter. Landon Moreland, Nick Butler, John Pukliang.
See a mixture of smiles and some frustration from the Huntington players as they come off the pitch.
Marian is one of the better teams in the league. I don't think there's much doubt about that. Exactly where do they slot in at this point? Well, we'll have a better idea after tonight. Whistle against the Knights. By the way, now have a goal in the Bethel and Taylor match. And Bethel is the highest ranked team in the league. They're ranked number 7, and historically they have had the best men's program in this league more often than not. They lead at Taylor 1-0, 60 minutes in.
Well, Greg, I remember just last last fall in the league tournament semi, I believe it was the quarterfinal, that we saw Bethel and Marian play against one another, and Marian ended up winning that match in a last-second goal.
Yeah, Bethel was the 5 seed, yet was the higher-ranked team nationally.
Yep.
Again, for all the success that Marian has had in a variety of sports, and I think this stat I'm about to share with you is ridiculous, but Marian, either currently or sports that had their primary seasons last winter or last spring, they were nationally ranked in every women's sport. That's crazy.
It's very impressive.
The men's teams are not far off of that, but one that has kind of lagged behind historically has been men's soccer. Well, that's not the case anymore.
And frankly, what Coach Jenkins has done with this squad has been very, very impressive.
Player down, we play on. That was frankly a foul that Wessling was trying to give and didn't whistle for, and now that we're in kind of more of a neutral spot, we will go back and check on the fallen Marian player. And again, we'll stop the clock as player is checked on. There may have been an inadvertent kind of knock to the face. One of the returnees from Marian. Diego Regiera, senior from Spain. We have not called his name much tonight, and that's not to discredit him. There's not been much activity in his part of the park.
Which for Marian, not a bad thing.
Good step by Marian. And the longer that ball just kind of hovers around the 18, the more nervous you get from the Marian perspective.
Well, and frankly, Rick, on that last possession, the ball bouncing around the way it was, it can get a little eerie for that back line, not being able to settle the ball until they finally got it cleared out.
This will roll back to Marquez, and again, he will do a good job of taking the air out of this one. Marian does have 2 clean sheets on the season, but you got to go back a month for that to be the case. Beat Lawrence Tech here 3-0, opening weekend of the season. Beat Georgetown 6-0 the match after that. They have not given up an exorbitant amount of goals. Most of the team has scored against them was 3, and that is a small college powerhouse in Lindsey Wilson. Number 7 in the country this week. It's a 3-1 loss in Kentucky 2 weeks ago. That touch potentially beneficial to Marian. Great hustle, and that should be a foul. Nope. Well, they're shoulder to shoulder, then I thought there was a player that had an advantage. That's going to be a foul against Marian.
Well, going back to that last play, Greg, Matthew Liu does a great job earning the ball here.
That's a foul.
That was absolutely a foul.
Yeah.
And the line judge was right there and didn't call it. Yeah, Matthew Liu had great position on that. Gets a nudge in the back. Not just a nudge, that was an absolute push in the back.
And that was kind of an acknowledgement that he was beaten on that play too. So time is being held until Huntington restarts. Teus Meneghelli, junior from Brazil. Restart when given the opportunity. Simply play it back to his keeper. Foul called against Marian. Naya Hart unhappy about the push.
And again, a majority of this second half, Greg, has been played on this Marian defensive side. But Marian defensively has done very well up to this point.
And then a very optimistic hit from 30 yards out. Huntington returns home. They will play Grace coming up on Saturday afternoon. It is a rugged, I mean, there's no easy path in any sport in this league.
Right.
But basically, I want to say I think Huntington plays 4 ranked teams out of the chute in league play.
Yeah, very, very tough schedule coming up for the Foresters.
And you got to chase the game if you're Huntington, so they'll turn up the pressure a little bit more. As I say that, they start to back up. Marquez has been really good tonight for Marian.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal back there in goal.
He's had to do nothing of the spectacular. He's just been real solid. And that'll be a foul against Marian.
And if you're Huntington, really, you're kicking yourself because you've had a couple great opportunities in front of the net. Defensively, you've played very well against this Marian squad. But with 23 minutes left in this match, you're thinking to yourself, okay, how can we push one through?
Lou, able to hold up. Knocked it back to Lou, the back heel. Finds a teammate. Just a little too much time elapsed there for Marian. Allowed Huntington to kind of get reorganized behind the ball. And no V-House. He exited a few minutes ago and has not returned for Marian. He's got both goals so far, his 9th and 10th of the season. Well, Jonathan Ruiz is in there for the first time for Huntington. And sometimes you remember that the ball is round when you step on it, as Lou takes a tumble.
And Lou just looks up to the sky knowing, man, that's embarrassing.
For a fleeting moment, you're like, he's not hurt, is he? And then he's just embarrassed.
He's
okay,
just,
you can live with that.
He just forgot the ball on that one. Been there before.
David, a look, and again, Marquez has it covered. Marquez had 3 saves in 69 minutes over 2 appearances. Mateo Garcia Galan had been the man in goal the first 9 matches. Good find here. Cross doesn't get through, but finds a Marian teammate, and much like their first goal of the match, in just a blink of an eye, a goal for Marian, make it 3.
And just a great run across the far side, gets the ball into the box, and Nunez was there with the volley to punch it home. Off the left foot, just smashes it past the keeper.
That's Marian's first shot on target of the half. And I don't think Gonzalez, I don't think any of those 3 he could have stopped.
Right.
It's jaw-dropping that the chances they get, they finish.
Right. It's all about the execution in front of the goal. And Nunez just, because that ball took a Huntington deflection.
Correct. That was not the intended target.
Right. Absolutely. It took a Huntington deflection right to Nunez, and he just smashes it off the volley with his left foot. And there was nothing Gonzalez could do about that because by the time he could react, the ball was in the back of the net.
So Nunez, who started all 10 matches this season, has both a goal and an assist tonight. Now has 7 goals and 5 assists on the campaign, and this has been a dream scenario for Marian. Donovan Doolittle has returned for the Knights. Saw him back in half number 1.
and knowing league play, knowing how important each match is, knowing how important each home match is to take advantage of the matches where you are at home. This is absolutely massive for Marian here tonight.
So update you on scores. The other games that got 7 o'clock starts all have 1 goal in the match. Bethel leads at Taylor. Goshen leads at Mount Vernon Naz. Spring Harbor maintains a home lead against Indiana Wesleyan. In the late game, St. Francis and Grace. That is 0-0, 32 minutes in. So this is the high flyer of the group. And that is a foul. And O'Neal David being told he is officially on watch. Bit of a frustration foul there. And our chance to thank our outstanding ISC Sports Network crew. Thanks to Jordan Shue, Charlie Hamnick, Vince Morales. Thanks to Dennis Glover. And the excellence of execution, Alec DeFore.
From the camera angles to the replays, phenomenal job from the ISC crew as always.
Run by Wessling. And that will be the first corner of the match for Marian. And it comes 70 minutes in.
And just watching that unfold, Greg, is the speed that Wessling has, not only on the far side as he's tracking a ball down, but with the ball at his feet, breaking through, just passing by defenders with ease.
And Wessling is one of the guys that is a bit longer in the tooth in terms of he's his 3rd year here at Marian.
Right.
All these guys are 1st or 2nd year players here. Wessling, one of the long-standing members of the team. Huntington does have a couple of substitutions, and you may start to get into minutes conservation mode here if you're Huntington, knowing you're playing Saturday afternoon. Ball sent in. Foresters get there first. I'm not saying you're pulling up stakes on this one, but you start to realize, all right, maybe time to pick some battles here. And,
right.
And if you're not going to get 3 points here, focus on getting 3 points in your own park on Saturday afternoon.
Well, especially with your key guys, the guys that get majority of the run for your squad, making sure they have fresh legs for your next match on Saturday afternoon.
Good job to try to shepherd that to the byline. Great hustle. You're up 3. You don't have to do that. But you make the effort just to play the ball sideways to prevent a goal kick. Nunez has been spectacular in every aspect of tonight's game.
He's been all over the pitch, and really just the fact that he tracked that ball down, knowing that, hey, if they get a goal kick, they could push the ball up the field a lot faster. Let's slow him down a little bit. Knock the ball out for a throw. Just great heads-up play, great awareness by Nunez there.
Wong Valit East Plus will now enter. Sophomore from Thailand. One of 2 players from Thailand in this Huntington program. And Josh Turkstra will come on. He is from Crown Point and played at Ileana Christian High School. Ileana Christian rated number 5 in 2A. And they just beat the number 4 team in 2A last night, 4-0. That'll be a foul against Marian.
Wessling coming in hot on that one.
Marian does have a sub by the not-existent 4th official, the 4th official spot this evening. Simply indicated by cones tonight. And that took an inadvertent turn off of East Plus. Welcome to the game.
Yeah, Matthew Liu tried to play off the volley just to clear it up field.
That was all fine on the sideline. I come in the game, and that's what happens.
It's safer on the sideline, Greg.
Antonio Pradas is the player that has just entered for Marian. Junior from Lisbon. And Liston, just down the street. Lisbon, that would be Portugal. Throw in coming here for Marian. Marian not exactly emptying the bench yet. Huntington is starting to. And Marian will likely maybe do something of similar ilk as we get further into this half.
Well, and like you said, Greg, knowing you have a match on Saturday afternoon at home, preservation is going to be key. Try to get those 3 points on Saturday.
Koroblev. Play that one to his left back. All the way back to the keeper in Marquez. Tonight's match is brought to us by Michaelis. From ground-up building projects to around-the-clock emergency security services, no one answers your prayers and the phone's quicker than Michaelis. Call 1-844-FIX-INDY. As always, want to thank Mitch Huppert, his assistance on the broadcast tonight. Even on a night where he is quasi taking a bit of a night off, we're still here at least to start the match.
Yeah, we had a great conversation with him before the match.
Have you ever had a bad conversation with Mitch?
No.
No, ever. Never.
Outstanding human being.
Great conversationalist.
Absolutely. Almost a faulty ball back there by Marian.
And that will be a stoppage. And that will be a cramp. Stretch, please.
He's reaching for his leg. Tell him, Matthew Liu, help a brother out.
And in conversation, no card. It's Kadri that is deemed guilty of the infraction. Ibrahim Abdul Kadri. We stop the clock with 14:27 left to go. Again, our next time that we'll see the Marian men's team is the regular season finale in St. Francis. Our cameras will be here a lot in October. Well, we're here a lot all the time. We'll have volleyball in October, 3 soccers in October. We are here Saturday for football. Marian had a weekend off this past weekend. And they resume action with the program that, well, frankly, is their rival in other sport, and it's turned that way into football as well. Indiana Wesleyan. You knew when Wesleyan started football, it would not take long for them to be really good, and they are. Those two teams square off here at ISC at 1:05. That's available via pay-per-view at iscsportsnetwork.com. And the complaint department is Brant McCoskey, and I will give you his cell phone number if you need it.
Hopefully no calls this weekend.
That's the goal every week. Substitution coming on for the Knights. Daniel Lopez, local product from Ben Davis High School. Most importantly for Marian, clock is rolling with a 3-goal lead.
And again, Greg, you go over the stats of the rankings for all the different sports teams here at Marian University and just where they rank and how long they've been ranked, and it's great to see what this university has been able to do on the athletic fields.
Beautiful back heel.
Oh, good ball in.
Good find. Marquez does just enough. Kind of got to a point and kind of froze for a second, but again reacted in time. That was Turkstra that I think was frankly surprised to see Marquez here.
Yeah, he was way off his line, all the way out to the corner of the 18-yard box, and really could have been a better ball past Marquez or over the top of Marquez, but really Marquez doing a great job coming off his line. Again, that confidence to say, hey, I'm not afraid to come out that far to win the ball for my squad.
Good clearance by Marian. That is a win for the Knights. Ball is played all the way back from the edge of the 18 to the opposite 18. And then player gets in the way of the clearance. I think it's going to be called for the self-defense handball of getting that elbow up to protect yourself from a oncoming soccer ball. That is Kopp that is deemed guilty of the infraction. Kopp, a senior from Ansbach, Germany. Transfer from LSU Alexandria.
And again, if you're Marian, you're up 3-0, but that defensive line for Marian, you don't want to see that ball bouncing around too much around your 18-yard box.
And that's a foul against Ayahara. And Ayahara being given a talking to. Most importantly for Marian, clock rolls. Restart a quick one. Cut back, doesn't find a teammate.
And I was a little surprised Marian didn't take a little bit more time on that restart. Get some seconds off the clock.
Player down behind the play. If Marian gets us in a neutral, yeah, we'll stop here. And again, you hope that is of the cramp variety. And Ayahara is still engaged in conversation with our center. And luckily Nunez has sprung up since that time. And obviously you're not doing this for a time-wasting effect of Marian because, again, as you see on your screen, the clock is stopped, which is the exact opposite of what you want at this juncture with a match. Staying to a 3-goal lead. I want to thank our friends at Miller Transportation, the official transportation sponsor of Marian Athletics.
In for the Knights, number 48, St. Paul.
Again, for Marian, looks like Nunez's night may be done.
Yeah, no need at this point.
Right.
Kervin St. Paul, who got a couple of minutes late in the first half. And for the most part, you see this in leagues around the world. Your senior team is guys that get numbers usually 1 through mid-30s. You'll have the occasional 88, 99, whatever the case may be.
Right.
St. Paul comes in wearing number 48, an indication that up from the reserve squad, or as it's called at this level, the developmental team. And again, Marquez will try to shave off a few extra seconds, make a Huntington player come chase.
Yeah, Marquez did a great job. He shaved about 10 seconds off the clock in that sequence.
Speaking of St. Paul, he's kind of buzzing around that. Onside here and in play here. Job by the Marian defender to hold his ground. That's Koroblev that is tracking the player. Backside opportunity, left-footed shot that will not be on frame.
And again, like you mentioned, Koroblev doing a great job of really slowing up the pace on that play.
How would you compliment his work in Ukrainian tonight?
Это хорошо. Это отлично.
I would assume you're correct. I can't argue with you.
I just said this is excellent.
You want to explain to our audience, since we have a little time here, how you are so fluent in Ukrainian?
So, I speak Ukrainian and Russian. So I lived in Ukraine for 3.5 years. Graduated high school over there. I lived in Noblesville, Indiana. Grew up in Noblesville, Indiana. Moved halfway through sophomore year of high school to Kyiv, Ukraine. Graduated from Kyiv International School, class of 2005. Shout out right there. And played professionally for a year with Arsenal Kyiv. Unfortunately, with everything going on in Ukraine right now, Arsenal Kyiv folded, so they're no longer in play anymore. But it was an incredible experience playing over there. Still have lots of friends from there that live over there as well. So
at some point, I want to hear you and Yarno have a conversation in Ukrainian. But not on this broadcast, just in real life at some point.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Would love that.
When people have a Ukrainian friend, they don't think he's going to look like you, frankly. 9:15 to go in this one. 3-0 lead for Marian. Huntington just trying to get one on the board to get a little momentum going into Saturday's match with Grace.
And they have a lot to build on, really, from this match, Greg. Yes, they've let in 3 goals from Marian tonight, but we've seen the buildup. We've seen the pace of play that they have. We've seen the opportunities that they've created.
Long distance ball. And Gonzalez hustling over and doesn't take any chances. And I don't think that Huntington has played poorly.
Right.
I don't think they've been dominated by Marian. Again, it's simply finishing of the opportunities. And there was nothing that would be in the neighborhood of a sitter for Huntington. There's probably one shot they had in the first half. You go, hey, that's got to be on frame. That's got to be on target.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's having the ball around the 18, but not creating.
Yeah. Past that.
Those really top-notch opportunities.
Right, and really in some of these counterattacks that Huntington has had, they've done great until they get to the attacking third. And then the Marian defense just did a great job of shutting everything down. So we've seen what Huntington can do. Like you said, Marian has not dominated this match at all besides on the scoreboard, and that's because they took advantage of the opportunities they were given.
Tonight's game presented by our friends at Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, proud partner of the Marian University Knights. And Marian playing for their first clean sheet in 4 weeks. A third of the season. Foul called against the Knights. By the way, Bethel and Taylor now tied at a goal apiece. See, Pepsi supplying products to all of the crew this evening. That is Red Rooster aficionado Alec DeFord making his standard on-camera appearance during a broadcast. Throw incoming, and obviously Huntington will damn the torpedoes here and throw as many people in the box as you can. So you're kind of at point of pride point for this match. Huntington trying just to get one to have a feel-good moment to get on the bus. Marian trying to have their first clean sheet since early in the season. Trio of new faces coming on for Marian. And Marian goes to Goshen on Saturday. Kuroda done for the night. Gets a hug from Coach Jenkins. Rocha the same. And for Marian, 1-1 and drew the other against Huntington last year. These two played each other in the regular season finale a year ago. Clean tackle by the Knights, takeaway by Huntington. Foul against Marian. And a card being shown as well.
I was going to say, I believe that's a card the referee is holding.
Yep.
Just the way he was holding it up, it confused me for a second. I was like, I think I see the card there.
Marquez with 7 saves for Marian, only one of those in half number 2. Jonas Schaefer is in for the first time. Noah Almeida is in. Rodolfo Battisti getting some run as well. Oliver Calculli also going to get some late minutes here. And again, with the depth of teams in this league, You're not always guaranteed to get those guys minutes
right
in a match. Bouncing ball that Gonzalez is able to track down.
And Gonzalez has played a great match in goal for Huntington. Yes, again, I say they've let in 3 goals, but
just a bit too much on that one.
A great build-up there from the Knights. But Gonzalez, he's played a great match, and really those opportunities that Marian had, they took advantage of. And a couple of those, he really didn't have a shot in saving. And then the stat, Rake, that you dropped of Marquez only having 1 real save in this half, considering majority of this second half has been played on this Marian defensive side, just shows how well this Marian defense has played in this second half.
Advantage being played here. That ball walks the tightrope and eventually steers out of play. Bell's tolled for 9 o'clock here local time.
Well, it
right idea on the through ball, but didn't get through. Maybe one more here. No, not yet. Both these teams playing hard to the final whistle. Foul against Marian. And certainly there's a chance these two could see each other again in terms of the conference tournament when the calendar flips to November. By the way, Indiana Wesleyan has gotten a late equalizer. That is now 1-1 with 3 minutes left to play. Bethel has also, or maybe Taylor has found an equalizer. That is 1-1 with 9:55 left in the match. We start coming here for Huntington, but time continues to tick off the clock with 3 minutes and counting left to play in this one. At the edge of the 6. All played sideways, will be a throw, not a corner.
Good job by Marian there just to knock the ball out of play. Regroup defensively.
Up and over the bar, and that will be a corner. One thing this match has not had a lot of is trips to the corner flag. This is the 4th total corner of the match. 3rd for Huntington. And knowing time is of the essence, they're trying to go quickly here. That misses everything and everybody. That'll be a Marian throw.
Yeah,
well, if you're James Jenkins, I think you feel really good about what you saw from your team tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And really going back to those 3 keys, Greg, they have executed brilliantly on every single one. They scored first. They've passed very, very well tonight. Great combination play from this Marian side. And then having a solid defensive performance. Now, they don't have a clean sheet yet in this match. It's not over yet, but it's looking really solid.
Offside position. St. Paul just got a little antsy on that.
I love that little flick on by the head there. Unfortunate on the offside call. But yeah, if you're Coach Jenkins, you are very, very happy with this result. You're very happy with how how your team has played. Going into the rest of league play, getting this first win in league play is massive.
Be sure you join us Saturday at 1 o'clock. Scott McCauley, Zach Graves have the call. Marian and Indiana Weston, one of the best small college games you'll have in this state this year. We happen to have a few of those in the ISC Sports Network. Like the monumental matchup, like the Monon Bell Classic. You'll hear the countdown from 10 seconds momentarily. A solid night from start to finish for Marian. Both sides realize that this one is in the bag. Final score from Ascension St. Vincent Field. It is Marian 3 and Huntington 0. Brant, final thoughts on this one.
If you're Marian, you're very happy with how you played. You love how you look going into the rest of conference play. If you're Huntington, you look forward to Saturday. You build on what you did here tonight. Go get those 3 points on Saturday. But Marian takes the 3 points tonight, looking very solid.
Marian will sit atop the Crossroads League standings, going to match day number 2 at Goshen on Saturday. For Brant McCoskey and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from Indianapolis, and a good night to be a night. Thanks for joining us on ISC.